Alright, hi everybody and welcome to the Octagon Open Semifinals. We are gonna see two players duking it out after having a whole lot of rounds of Swiss. Both of the players nearly undefeated, and they have played incredibly well during the games overall, to be honest. With me today I have Ryan, who has also played really well during and got to the finals actually. Very well played.
Hi there.
Welcome, Ryan.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm in the finals now, waiting to see who wins this game. So it's going to be an interesting one. I don't actually know what Michael's playing yet, so that's going to be
really
interesting
exciting.
to see. Yeah, I'm sure everyone knows what I'm playing now, so the playing field will definitely be evened out.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So what we're gonna see today is the semifinals between it's Tobi and Michael. It's gonna be really exciting to see, and we are gonna get the show on the road in seconds. We're just gonna give the players the signal to start. See it like that. We're gonna see who's in the top or the bottom though.
So Michael's in the bottom, and Tobi's in the top.
Yeah. There we go. Alright, so Tobi is going to be the first player here. He is going to get the first shot at playing cards. I do not know what kind of deck he is playing though, so it's going to be really interesting to see.
So Tobi keeps his hand and Michael mulligans.
Alright, so the first turn is underway and Tobi is making his first move. Let's see if he goes for the crazy play in the first turn or if he's just going for the really slow economy start. I generally prefer the economy start, to be honest.
I've spoken to Alex about Tobi's deck, and he's told me that his deck very focuses around discarding. So
yeah, definitely. We can see
no,
the Gipple into Seraphine for a first turn. It's a very nice start.
It's the most ideal opening play.
Yeah, that
you
is
basically
the
just get a
start.
1-card 6k. Yeah, very good.
Very nice, and that's just for having the first turn there. Really getting a little advantage right from the get-go. Players swapped around a little bit here.
Seems like a solid turn there for.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very nice play. He got a free Seraphine and got to play a Geo. And while he didn't get the double freeze from the Geo, it's still a great card, and it just cost 2, so it's still like a backup of his main color, so it's really important. It's not a big problem at all. You usually have to play Geo early, to be honest. As you're playing 3, it's such a big chance that that's your only ice backup here.
I have seen one other deck that plays 2 Duel just for that reason, so you don't open it early and then you get it when you really need it. But I think 3, you have to play 3. So
yeah, definitely. It's such a great EX burst as well, so I think it's really nice to have. And it also gives you the option when you run 3. You can even discard the first one, as you know you draw into several others.
Yeah.
If you have other backups, of course. Though in general, this is the best way of testing out the water, getting a cheap forward as well as some backup economy. We'll see what Michael answers with, but I'm guessing he's gonna go for something like a double backup taking the damage, or a backup forward.
Okay, so we've got a double ice deck, 2 ice decks.
Okay.
Going for the Mog, so not the best value for the Mog, considering.
It's still a pseudo 2 cost, and he was able to search for a Serra, so it's not too bad.
He's going to have to get something bigger than the Serra on the board, though, to contest that Seraphine.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think if he goes to trade with this, I think if Tobi uses the Seraphine to trade, he won't be losing out on anything because he got it for free.
Indeed. Yeah, the Seraphine, getting the Seraphine for free was actually huge. Getting to keep so many more cards in hand.
Let's see if Michael's playing a second element outside of ice, though.
Yeah, I'm assuming he does. We're gonna see which one, though. Perhaps it's fire, perhaps it's earth. Those are the most common at the moment, though we've seen lightning in these playoffs as well.
Throughout my Swiss rounds, Earth Ice was the hardest deck I played against. It was my closest game by far.
Yeah, it's such a great color combination. I've been playing it a lot recently and I really like it. It's so handy to be able to play something like a Serra or Nargith and then use Golem or Kefka or similar to get some like leverage out of it.
The great thing about Ice is the discard element doesn't really have a bad matchup because no matter what deck you're against, ditching cards from your opponent's hand is always effective.
Indeed.
And we're going to force out the discard there from Tobi.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 3-drop deleter, so
Yep.
he won't be needing that at this early in the game because he's not
No.
going to want to be popping anything.
Indeed, it's not a very good card in the beginning. Maybe after he plays something like a Kefka or similar, but at the moment there's not a little point in using it.
I wouldn't be surprised if I just saw a straight attack here from Tobi.
Yeah. Yeah, it's likely. He could be having like something like a golem on hand, for example. So he definitely has the upper hand at the moment. Though we haven't seen Michael's second color, have you?
No, 4 ice cards.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past someone like Michael to think that all straight ice is the best deck because he always seems to make things work.
Yeah, it's not unlikely. But if you go straight for the ice, I think you'd probably go for something like wind as a supportive color at that point.
Yes. I mean, ice plus anything
Oh,
is
Ultimecia, so we see a water ice. So it seems to be something like a dull freeze control kind of deck?
Yes, water ice. Well, I have actually been against this deck in person, and it basically focuses on discarding your opponent's cards and then drawing lots with stuff like Moogle and 2-cost forward Una. So you basically always have card advantage.
Yeah, and we see some like Tobi is attacking Michael's economy already with the Hecaton share. While it might not matter at the moment, it's actually a huge deal over the course of the game. It's Michael's only backup.
Especially if Tobi has odd-costed cards in his hand, it's going to cost him 1 extra discard to enable those plays. And Ice really does play a lot of odd-costed cards.
Yeah, there are so many 3 costs and 1 cost with Snow, of course. Snow being really awkward to play without a backup.
Yeah, definitely.
So Serra is going for like a vengeance damage. Yes, Sephiroth in damage zone. Yeah, I probably didn't want to face that with 2 in hand.
Yeah, that may have been quite good for Tobi actually if he drew that. Perhaps he might have been able to, maybe tap Jill for 1 discard and then empty out his entire hand just to.
Indeed. Because I'm assuming that Michael is going to place something here on the bottom side after his attack, and then passing the turn.
Oh, another Ultimecia.
We see a Gordon being played.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Very handy to have. It's gonna reduce the damage taken by quite a bit.
The amount of times I've run into a Gordon, it's quite frustrating actually. You're so busy looking at your opponent's other big forwards, and you're like, oh, I can attack and force out that block. To realise that Gordon takes the hit and you've actually achieved absolutely nothing and indulge your unit in the process.
Indeed. And a good player with Time Age and Gordon, that's really, really frustrating to try hit through for a point of damage.
Oh, attack it. Oh, yes, because Gordon can't die on the first turn, so.
Indeed.
3 damage there.
3 damage. Unfortunately, he's going to have to produce another forward now to be able to block anything, of course. But that's
you're
fine.
Not going to want to take 2 damage from very weak units.
Definitely not.
7k should sort this out.
Yeah, it's something like perhaps Legendary Squall or similar would be a nice play.
Or maybe he has his own Sephiroth to discard his entire hand and force out the...
That would be nice. And being 1 up over the others.
Oh, here we go. Ultimecia? Oh, he's done it!
It is his Sephiroth.
He's done it! Oh, that's huge.
That's emptying out the hand. That's a very nice play. And being 1 above both Gordon and Serra is really nice. So first strike and 7k is really mattering at the moment.
Yeah, Tobi's probably going to have to pass his turn here just to gather a few more resources.
Indeed. Like, being in top deck mode with 0 backups, that's not where you want to be in the semifinals.
Definitely.
A really scary situation to be in. The Sephiroth is really being handy there.
It's definitely a lot nicer being able to watch the game rather than have the pressure on me to play it out.
Definitely. Feeling your hand being constantly attacked and having to produce things on the board. Super scary.
Oh, he's got something though.
Yeah,
He's
he
got
might have to play
okay.
Snow. Snow can be good though, because it can handle the Sephiroth for like during the next turn at the very least, even if you can't now.
It's actually going to mean that Tobi's going to have to very hard. He's going to have to consider his attacks here, because if he attacks with just one thing and produces no more forwards, that's 3 attacks that are going through next turn.
Yeah.
And damage will be evened up.
On the other hand, Michael doesn't have any cards in his hand though, so even if he draws into something like a Shiva, he can't use it. So if Snow attacks, at least Snow is going down. Well, we're gonna see.
Very nice.
Tama is a good one. Using the small control advantage in his favor, being able to play another backup, extend his economic lead.
I would say that Tobi definitely has the lead here now.
Yeah, definitely. Tobi having a backup of each of his 2 colors is really important, as well as the economic lead of drawing in effective value at least an extra card per turn. So 2 CPs extra per turn, roughly. Very nice to see.
The good thing about Ice Earth as well is you've always got that threat of Shantotto, because your units are quite small.
Indeed.
You never really...
And when you're up in backups, the Shantotto is always a good play.
Yes. Alright. A lot of passing going on here, not much.
But that's as expected. But generally what happens when you play these kind of, at the moment at least, heavy control, though there is tempo going, of course. They tried to keep such a high tempo that the opponent couldn't respond to it, but unfortunately they ended up having to pass because Sephiroth created a wall, but if he lowers the wall, he'll just take 3 damage. So.
I mean, alternatively, Michael could also party attack with Sarah and Snow to goal the Sephiroth.
Yep, definitely.
And then you would just leave the Gordon up to...
Yeah, that is true, I suppose. It wouldn't be too bad. I mean, Gordon being able to block one of the damage coming back. But in that case, I'd probably just let both Snow and Sarah together deal a singular damage. It's not much, to be honest. Party attacks are kind of weak at the moment.
Who do you think has the better matchup between Ice Water and Ice Earth?
Well, it's very difficult to be honest, but I think the Earth has a slight advantage.
Ooh,
oh, we have a Laguna.
Now that is very big, 3 damage that'll be.
That is huge, yeah, definitely. He just got the tempo swinging wildly in his favor. He might leave Gordon up, but we'll see. He might just go for the 2 damage and taking 0, but I think he'll just hit for 3.
For a potential Golem here. Or something along those lines, because actually no, Snow will attack first, it won't even matter.
Yeah, I think he'll just hit through for 3 damage, but he could also leave Gordon up just to be sure that there can't be any retaliation.
So now they're playing it quite slow, just entering the attack preparation phase.
Yeah, but Michael doesn't want to play slow. He has the economic disadvantage, so he has to keep the tempo up to have any shot.
No, I mean slow as in very like listing out their phases. And
definitely. One mistake now and the game is over.
Yeah.
Like imagine a Shantotto now from Tobi's side, for example. Very scary.
Not this turn, but yeah, next turn potentially.
Yeah, he can't afford it during this next turn, but we'll see. Within a turn or 2 he could. But we'll see. They're still contemplating their options. Clearly having something in hand worth mentioning, it seems. Though I can't...
Or maybe he's just trying to bait something out by saying no response and making Michael think twice about attacking.
Yeah, but Michael has a single card in hand and no backup, so I can't imagine what that could be.
Let's see.
Yeah, and let's see if there is any EX burst here.
Before blockers. Something's coming down.
Yes, something's coming. Oh, he was just trolling.
He actually said that in our Facebook chat before. He said, let's just troll in chat. So
definitely.
For a lot of that.
Though if we're looking at the situation with 2 in hand and only 2 CP, there aren't a whole lot of cards you could be using. Maybe a Shiva, but that would still be a net loss just
Yeah, definitely.
temporarily controlling a character. Unless he could have done it on Snow, I suppose.
Yeah, the only good EX burst I can see coming down here is a Mustadio.
Yeah, Mustadio could be good.
Right here, if I would attack with a Gordon as well, just to keep up the tempo.
Yeah, I probably would too.
I mean,
as he is facing an ice deck, he could be suffering like a Geel or a Shiva, and then taking 2 damage. But on the other hand, if Tobi attacks at all, he's even likely to like nearly lose on his coming turn. So I probably wouldn't do anything there. He should just hit with Gordon probably.
Yeah, definitely.
The EX burst, if there would be one, could be quite substantial of importance.
I think when you're playing such aggressive forwards, you don't have much of a choice. Though.
Yeah,
You've invested
indeed.
yourself into that.
Every turn that goes now is like 1 card closer to Shantotto.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's not what he wants to see.
I don't think it was Michael's choice to be invested into fully forwards, but that
no.
early Hekatongue check.
No, I've seen Michael play, and he usually play a lot of backups, and usually more like responsive with forwards. But sometimes you're forced to go this way. You just can't do much about it.
Even Dullen the Laguna here with something like a Shiva wouldn't do much. He needs those forwards. Right now he's going to have to rely on those backups to bring out a 4-cost forward or something.
Drawing into only backups or summons would be a huge problem at this point.
Yes, that's a good point as well. Let's see what he could have. He could have anything like a Gapal, a Golem in hand just to pass the turn with.
Yeah, Golem would be really nice. Though, as there is a Snow on the opposing side, a Snow Shiva combination would end the game. So we need to see another forward. We need to see another forward, and preferably something that discards a card, if possible.
Yeah.
So there are fewer options.
A Squall would just
yeah, a Squall would be really nice.
It would just clean up his
Squall. We could see like an Argath just to have a chump blocker and removing a card.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Would be very nice. Or something like maybe the 2-cost Elite or defensive, some kind of defensive card like a Dark Knight. We need to see cheap blockers at this point. It would be unfortunate for him if he drew into the important cards like Kefka or Shantotto now, because at the moment they are kind of dead cards.
I can't see him making absolutely no plays. He has to have something. I mean, you know, these decks have got to the semi-finals. There's no way you're ever drawing that dead with 4 cards in hand.
Indeed.
I do get a feeling what he has isn't ideal though.
Yeah, we see Jill 3 cost. Yeah, Legendary Squall. That makes sense.
Oh, that's the other.
Very nice card here.
And that will actually, that's really
good. It'll like neutralize a lot of the coming aggression. Very nice to see. So there is a first strike Sephiroth and a sort of first strike Squall. Very nice against Sarah, Snow, and Gordon. Laguna though being 7k at the moment and possibly 9 if a Squall would appear. Unfortunately, probably can't afford one. It would be his only card though. Let's see what he does.
There's no obvious play here straight away.
Yeah, indeed. The Shiva would be a great play. Shiva on a Squall, for example, and then dulling the Sephiroth would be a good play. And then just hitting 3 for damage.
Actually, Michael could play a 4-drop Squall here and force Tobi to discard his entire hand.
Indeed. Indeed. While making Laguna bigger. That would be a great play as well. Unfortunately, he'll have some trouble getting through the Laguna and Sephiroth.
Here we go. Does he have it?
Yeah, He has it!
He has it! That's the second prediction there. Oh, wow.
He just emptied the hand again. That is super frustrating.
Can he chain himself a Golem? Can he chain a summon to this to sort of mitigate the discard?
Yeah, he could possibly do it. There could be something like a Shiva. He could afford a Shiva still.
I'm thinking if Michael or Tobi are watching.
Yeah, he's responding with something. Is it a Shiva?
Okay.
Shiva or Golem are potential uses.
He need to Shiva the Laguna to stop the big card.
Oh, he's using Tama to bring a defender. No,
hey, he has the Golem.
It.
I feel like if either of these players are watching this stream while they're playing, I feel like I'm just sort of telling them the plays they should be making.
Yeah, he still lost a little bit on it, but that's fine.
Yeah, the thing is, it's kind of awkward because if he puts it on the Sephiroth, the Laguna can just trade.
Yeah, definitely.
Or the Snow can attack and just dole the Sephiroth.
Yeah,
so
he can afford taking the damage though, and taking the damage from the Laguna would make sense at this point because the others will have a huge problem getting through. So probably giving first strike to Sephiroth would make a lot of sense.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I actually forgot Sephiroth's first strike. I totally forgot that.
Yeah, people really play it for its actual fighting power, so that makes sense.
Yeah, you're so focused on the massive discard too that you sort of forget
definitely.
those extra little bits on it.
Yeah, but
yeah,
with the
that does
golem, it
protect it from
actually
the sun.
turns into a pretty massive first striker, so that was not bad at all. It's gonna make this turn a lot easier for him, and I don't think Michael can get through this at all.
No,
Sephiroth is
if he
just gonna
attacks
stop
with the
everything.
If he attacks with the snow, he would lose the snow and another 6k or less forward.
Yeah, he
And,
would have to use the doll on the Sephiroth, and then the Squall would just start to wreck the field. Yeah, a huge problem.
So I think a pass is the correct play here.
Yeah, he probably should.
Alternatively, a party attack with Sarah and Snow?
No, he still wouldn't do it, unfortunately. Because he would shoot the Sarah, block the Snow.
It'd be a 3k.
Yeah, exactly. And if he dulls a Sephiroth and just attacks with Snow, he can shoot the Laguna, so he can't use the 9k either. It could be so many options.
Or what about Snow and Laguna in a party attack?
Yeah, I suppose. Then Squall wouldn't get away with it at the very least.
And then Squall would actually die as well as Sarah, and that might make it so he would lose the Sarah and the Snow in exchange for Squall.
It would be too few damage though, because Squall would like break a target as well as blocking 2 attackers.
Yeah.
So Squall would still deal with 3 attackers on its own. A huge problem.
It sort
really
of feels
difficult
like one
to get
of those,
through.
It feels like one of those puzzle moments from from Alex's.
Exactly. It felt like just like that, but unfortunately.
Did somebody say puzzle?
Yeah,
oh, he's here. He's here.
Speaking of the devil.
The beginning.
Speaking of the devil. Yeah, it's really awkward. Michael is sort of waiting for the win condition here, and Tobi is trying to stabilize, like digging for his Shantoro. Really exciting to see.
I mean, I feel like Tobi really needs a Shantoto or a Laguna at this point, just to get that 9k forward out there to contest the field. Because if he doesn't, I mean, this isn't going to go his way.
It's not going to be pretty.
Or even just any way of stopping Snow from attacking.
Yeah, that would be nice. I totally did not expect the backup less ice and water deck to appear. Very surprised.
We've had a lot of decks which shouldn't be backupless playing
backupless.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when he sort of committed to playing the forwards to the field and having later to keep playing the forwards to the field in an attempt to keep the tempo up, he really can't just stop that and start playing backup. So I think he's still doing the right thing.
I definitely think an early commitment in this game is the best way forward.
Yeah,
that's through the tournament. I've just I'm playing Water Wind, and that is backup central, and that the way I've had to play is just definitely outside of my comfort zone, but it's always sort of worked its way forward, and quite literally.
Indeed. So really important. Several kind of cheap cards as well. Very nice. So I wonder if he can get through here. He needs something like Shiva or something similar to be able to get through. But
Well,
just can't see it
at this point, not enough resources.
Yeah, exactly. So he's gonna have to wait a little bit. I can't imagine anything he can do with just a singular card. Like
I mean, I do feel that Michael
CP.
has this game, but he just has to play it right. And
yeah.
Oh, here we go. No.
9k is a Squall.
this could be quite risky because if he has another golem, this could actually be huge because it's boosting Squall to 10k, kill the Squall, pop a 6k, and actually reduce the Laguna's power as well. So you would achieve 3 things with 1 golem.
Yeah, and especially getting the shot off at snow is so important. So the golem would be huge here. Let's see what he does. He's still thinking.
Or if he has a Squall in hand, just giving him first strike.
Yeah, that would work too.
Renzo Kuchen.
Quite a few options here.
Oh!
Yeah, it is probably that actually. We'll see. The shot is off at snow. Okay. Is there gonna be a golem?
No. Hang on, but we need to see if he can still.
No.
No, he's just.
It was still the best play though. He removed 2 attackers with a single 3-cost card. Still worth it.
Much worth.
Yeah. Unfortunate. We hoped for a golem or a Squall in hand, but you can't have everything.
Yeah, we would have made for a very good.
Unless he's running 1-cost Shiva.
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's what Linda was running. He was running actually 2 of the 1-cost Shivas.
Yeah. Then a 1-cost Shiva and just blocking with Sephiroth would have been huge at this point. But I don't think he is.
Oh, okay. Actually, hang on. If he. Okay, no, he took the damage.
Yeah, he just took the damage.
If he dropped the Shiva on the Squall, then he could have blocked with the Sephiroth and traded.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even traded his first strike.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, again, I'm forgetting the first strike yet again.
Yeah, he has a very, very long sword. You have to.
Indeed.
But yeah, getting rid of snow at all is crucial at that point.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Squall Shiva was kind of his best option there, but he never seemed to find it, and he needed to save cards to be able to afford it.
Given how many cards there basically are that could have helped in that situation, it's weird that none of them were available.
Indeed.
Now, Tobi has the chance at actually a bit of a comeback here because he's got himself quite a few resources now, so this is his chance to make a comeback play.
Yeah, and with
4 cards in hand.
Yeah, that's enough for just about everything. Shantoto, a forward and golem, for example. There are so many options here.
Yeah. I definitely feel you'll just if it's Shantoto, you definitely just see simple attacks first. But he's not going straight to the battle, so I don't feel he has the Shantoto.
No. Wonder what we're gonna see.
The thing is, I feel against ice when you're in a losing position like this. It's there's not many forwards you can push beyond. Oh, here we go. 5. Preach.
Is it gonna be 7 or is it 5?
Yeah, 7. Discard Odin. Yeah, sure, why not?
Stadio!
My Stadio. That's super nice. It's a very good play.
That'll help.
Yeah, and it's a lot better.
Yes, it mitigates all the forwards basically with Sephiroth's first strike that I've now learned about twice.
And very good killing the Squall instead of the Laguna at this point. Much more difficult to deal with.
Now this is where a Shiva would end the game pretty much, I feel.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this would actually 2 damage. There's no way to avoid it if he Shivas the Sephiroth.
Indeed. So it's very important that he actually killed the Squall there, and not the Laguna. The Laguna effectively being a Shiva.
Yes.
Let's see what's happening.
It is always a very tough choice to choose, because actually I feel Squall's effect is better to discard 2, but if you pop the wrong one at the wrong time, it's a big decision to choose.
Yeah, he'd lose straight away from a replay from a Laguna this turn. But the Shiva could still do it.
Yeah, the 1-cost Shiva.
Yep.
The 1-cost Shiva on Tobi's side would actually protect him this turn, yeah.
Yeah, that would do it too. But Tobi would need the 1-cost Shiva and Michael a 3-cost Shiva. Ah.
Yeah, so I see what you did there. Oh, 6-cost, here we go. Oh!
Yuna! Nice. Nice.
It.
Yeah, that's probably a game, right? He can probably score the game, yeah.
Unless he's actually just given him enough resources for the Shiva.
Yeah.
That's the only possibility here, because he can't play Golem because he's only got 2 other ice cards. So
yeah, that would be so fun. If he got his 3rd mana for the Shiva now, that would be really fun.
Right.
Oh, hang on, he's taking the play back. I know he's redoing the plane, and now he's saying ALR, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Oh, at least take the EX. Hang on, let him say take the.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did take damage.
Yeah,
Neither
he did.
That's it.
Yeah.
Game 2. Oh, okay. Hang on, we have to restart the one
Yeah,
sec.
it looks like we have to restart the Octagon because of the visual screw up in the beginning of the game.
I
It didn't
totally
really
forgot
affect
that
the
was
game
happening.
though, but it looks really odd for the players.
Oh, they're just gonna run. They're just gonna keep it like that, apparently.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine with this. Fair enough.
Okay, fine.
They're very
Yeah.
stubborn.
I was like, yeah. I find when I've had to play like that, it really makes me consider what my opponent's got more.
Hmm.
Yeah, you feel really invaded by your opponent's card as they're on your side of the screen.
Yeah, definitely.
It's okay.
So what do you think? Are we gonna see more backups this game from Michael's side?
That one, that was crucial. That was.
Yeah, he saved the only important backup for last.
Well, the difference between these two games is Michael will be going first this time, so Tobi's opportunity to activate Hecaton Care will probably be
Yes,
a bit
Seraphine.
less.
Yeah.
Mulligan.
Both. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Tobi's.
Tobi's mulliganing. Michael is. Wait.
Okay, so no
Michael
mulligan
won
for
the last
Michael.
round. So yeah, Tobi's going first.
No, yes, Michael won in the last round.
But I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, Tobi's running a nice.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely,
I've only
definitely.
been watching the stream for half an hour, guys. Come on, give me a break.
It's alright, it's alright. Let's see here. Alright.
Well, yeah, I can understand why you're confused. They are flipped the wrong way around.
Yeah, they are. They are. Though I think during this game we're gonna see a little bit more of a careful start. I reckon both players going for a little bit more economy. But sometimes it just happens like the last game that we saw there,
Jill for
going all in on the aggression.
Jill for Jill.
Jill.
Ooh. That's not a happy mulligan.
No, fair enough. 2 EX bursts out of the deck and a backup that's not the preferred first one at the very least.
And no forward, which would probably suggest that he has a 3-drop forward because he wouldn't want to play it now. There's no way you would.
Or a
That's
one
not a very
cost.
good opening. You would definitely want at least 2 backups or a forward and a backup to start with.
Yeah,
So maybe
definitely.
a legendary squall in hand.
Or a snow or a mog.
Yeah, he's playing it slow. Anyway, still a lot to find out yet. So
Michael opened as we were expecting.
okay.
Also going for
Ah, fair enough.
first turn mog.
First turn mog is decent. It is decent, and getting
A
that
beautiful
extra point of
snow.
economy for the next turn. I'd say playing the Mog this turn and the next turn would be a break even, because he gets to use the Mog during the next turn, so it's still not too bad.
Well, to be fair, if these players are around and Ryan's here, are we going to go straight into the final?
No, not tonight. It's 1 o'clock in the morning here. I'm not mentally prepared for this.
Yeah,
right?
it sounds like you've got a little bit of a cold too.
Yeah, a little bit as well.
Yeah, fair enough.
No Johns.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're definitely getting economy this time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Two
this is the
backups.
kind of way I expect these decks to play out in the beginning, because both of them rely heavily on their backups. Quite a lot.
Ooh,
Four backups.
Ghostie.
That's as many as we saw in the entire previous game.
Indeed.
Hold on. What's Sephiroth? Has he got a cloud in the deck? Does he play
No,
cloud?
no.
Sephiroth.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Having another moment
It just
there.
appeared on the wrong side of the board there, and that's because Tobi on his screen, he's actually on the bottom side, so.
That's interesting. I never thought of the Jesse searching Sephiroth synergy, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it is kind of
Thing is, yeah.
useful. It is gonna search a lot in the next set. It's gonna search all sorts. Probably mostly Vincent's though, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
And
that new promotional Vincent is very, very good.
Yeah, and then
It's sort of got
Oh,
a
you need to
built-in
get it.
golem.
Yeah.
I mean, out of all,
Super Golem.
out of all the promos so far, I think it is the best one. The other two are a bit lackluster, I feel. But
yeah, I
they
think
look
the
beautiful, but
yeah the Nightling card is kind of interesting, but it's very niche, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that the legendary lightning that's played at the moment is quite expensive, but again, it's sort of a very weird effect, forcing an opponent's sponsor to block.
Yeah, definitely, and not getting immediate use out of her special makes nicely.
It's very expensive,
so
because when you've paid 6, you've usually doled all your backups, so that one lightning cost usually results in an extra discard.
Absolutely.
I think we're getting a bit off topic here, though. We should be focusing on this game.
Yeah, haven't happened a lot in this game yet, though. The players are really testing out the waters. As we're expecting, I was assuming that the first game would be just like this, but Michael wasn't given the option, so he had to toss all his cards on the table to keep the tempo up.
And it worked out for him.
It worked out really well, though.
I feel that Tobi's plays were neither here nor there, and it just sort of fizzled out a little bit.
Yeah. It's a little bit scary to commit a lot to the field against an Earth deck, though. Really scary. Shantotto could be coming in.
Nice. I think that's an Ultimisia. Oh no, it's a Laguna.
Oh, Laguna. Okay. Close.
Well, we've seen Ultimisia go to the break 3 times so far in these 2 games, so it's quite understandable.
Definitely, but the Snow and Laguna combo is really scary to play into, because if a forward appears now, it's gonna dive to the Laguna most likely.
Yeah, that's actually really awkward. I've never seen that combination hit the board before.
And imagine if he would have an Ultimisia coming soon, it would be really scary. On the other hand, though, he's playing heavily into Shantotto at the moment.
That's actually very true. Yeah, I mean, discarding 3 for Shantotto at this point is I think it's very fair value.
And compare the hand size here. On the top side, we have 7 cards in hand at the moment, and on the bottom side, we have a single card in hand, but 2 forwards. So Shantotto is a good play on the next turn, in my opinion.
Shantotto would actually achieve 2 things as well. It would give him 3 backups, which I think is the perfect amount for Ice to have all at once. So.
Yeah, it's a very good point.
Let's see, 3, 4, 7, 8, 10. Yeah.
1.
1 discarded.
Oh.
What is he gonna play?
I'm sort of leaning forward into my screen here because we part of us all wants to see the Shantotto.
Oh, 5. Is it gonna be 7? It's 7. Here it comes. And that's a Shantotto. Yeah, there we go.
There she is.
Wow. That is a huge play. That is a huge play.
Animated nuclear bomb go off on the screen there.
Yeah, and he still have 3 cards in hand. That's a huge play.
So now, actually, if you assess the game here, after all that, Tobi's actually only up by 1 backup after all of that.
Yeah.
Which is big. It's but the game could still go either way, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. The Snow and Laguna combo is actually terrifying to face, because anything below 8k would just immediately drop if it was played. So it was really scary to face. So it was good that he was able to board clear there, and Shantotto being such a flexible backup at this point.
Actually, alternatively, did he have Scholar standing? I think he could have. Oh no,
no,
it wouldn't have been a good play, I don't think.
He didn't.
Because that Scholar can be quite interesting. Like early game, it's really bad because you don't want to be popping your backups. But when you get to late game,
Scholar was dulled.
Yeah, Scholar was dulled. Yeah.
I checked that because I realised I probably would have done that just to save the Snow more than anything.
Yeah, definitely. The Snow being so useful. And a very cheap replay after, because the Mog would still be there.
I definitely feel that Michael needs to start going for forward plays now, because he's not going to pace his opponent trying to play more backups. Unless he's got 1-costed backups.
Yeah, I think the perfect play here would probably be a single 2-cost backup and something like a Snow, just to put a little bit of tempo on the field for future turns and just keep the economy growing. Either that or just build some hand size for options, because right now playing expensive forwards might not be so good. He could be playing into something like a Mustadio, for example. He just swings for damage and it breaks.
I don't think there was any chance, because Michael's saying here that there was a chance of Sephiroth, but I don't think Tobi would ever drop the Sephiroth. He would have got no value from it whatsoever.
Indeed. But I think he was right, though. The Sephiroth could have just easily eaten up in his hand, so maybe spending those cards and playing him to the field wasn't such a bad option. And I think he actually discarded a Sephiroth as well, so it was probably the right move. He was sitting with both options in hand, the advantage of having so many cards in hand. He could have choose either. Very nice.
I'm very surprised that the other 3 decks here in the top 4 are playing ice, because I feel very out of place being the only wind water player. I just feel a bit like a fish out of water. I'm just like, hi guys. It seems that ice is really one of the best elements for this, which is something I definitely wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I'll say. But as I was saying yesterday, I think one of the reasons why ice is so popular is because there isn't really a hard counter to not having cards in hand.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
And all of these specials and Bahamuts and all sorts requires you to keep that card in hand. And it's so easy with ice just ripping it out of the hand.
Yeah, ice is good against everything, but it is amazing against things like summons that you rely on.
Yeah, passive control, discard, and tempo on the same color. That's pretty scary.
And even some active control if you're using the starter snow.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, here we go, 3, so he might not actually be discarding anything here. Yeah, see, a free Sarah on the board, that is a straight -1 for the opponent.
And being up in economy as well as attacking the hand is really nice.
Yeah.
Why I hate ice.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great, but I don't like playing against.
Yeah. And there are a lot of people who agree.
Yeah, imagine playing against Ice Lightning. That's not fun either.
That was terrifying to watch.
Yeah.
I think we were both very restrained, but it was an intense match. Ice Lightning.
Well, I mean, I was messaging Lucas after the game. I was like, I looked at the time. I was like, have we been playing for 2 hours?
It was.
I remember reading on the structure on the starter guide. It sort of says, "Oh yeah, games should take between 10 and 15 minutes," and I was just sort of like, "Yeah, okay."
Like the fastest match I've ever had was 7 minutes, and that was physical rather than. I couldn't get a 7-minute match on Octagon. No way.
No, I see.
Okay, so back to the game. Okay, so the game has just been dropped. It's got no value, but it's just prevented the snow from pushing any more pressure.
Yeah, and we could see a squall like a follow-up play.
Yeah, I don't
so
think there's any way
interesting.
that Tobi's emptying his hand this time. Well, he could empty his hand, but
yeah, well, it's unlikely. Unless it's something like a Kefka, for example. Kefka would be a good play, and maybe an Argath. Something like that would be a great play.
I feel Kefka's actually extremely effective in ice because you actually play very low attack forwards. I think the most you've got is 7,000 without the special boosts.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, sometimes you play the Lagunas, but...
Yeah, the big Laguna's 9k, but I don't think that's...
But on their own they are 7, so they still need the Kefka or Golem, in my opinion, to be relevant, because there are so many 9k attackers in the European format.
Oh, he's attacking
with Sarah.
There must be some kind of shenanigans going on.
He took the damage, which... Okay, so he knows that he must have something in his hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael knows that he must have something, which probably suggests that he doesn't want to lose the Laguna right now.
Or he's assuming that.
Yeah.
It could be I'm playing Earth, I'm clearly going to have golems in hand.
But I mean, realistically, he's got 3 backups and 6 in hand, so the chances of him having something are very high.
Michael don't want to take the risk at this point. He's much rather going for the Squall coming here in the next turn.
Good. Oh, maybe he would just drop Zephyr. Because I mean, he wouldn't get any value.
Oh, Kucha! There you go. Let's see that. That's a 9k in ice.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on? No way. Oh!
Wow, he emptied his hand. That's huge.
Oh!
That might just be the game right there.
Look at that.
Wow, that is a huge swing.
Yeah, that is terrifying to watch. Getting out the Kuja and immediately followed up by the Sephiroth.
Oh, and the damage was Terror, so that's another important card lost.
Yep.
Your favourite, Ryan.
Oh gosh, definitely not.
Poor guy, being hit by Sephiroth like that. It really takes the wind out of you.
I mean, I think just that alone has, unless Michael gets some seriously goody experts, which I don't think is the case here.
Indeed.
I don't think his deck. I mean, the only goody expert his deck has really is probably Leviathan, maybe, which is he's just discarded it to the break zone.
Shout out to the Golden Blood. See,
Yeah,
he didn't have it in
exactly.
hand. It was all a lie.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true, isn't it?
That's the thing. Earth can always pretend it has Golem in hand.
Yeah, the
because
power to pretend is probably the most. It's probably the best, to be honest. Like,
Yep,
because being able to pretend that you have a card is as good as having the card itself.
definitely. It's just like Aerith. You always keep it up.
I would say Michael made the right play, not guarding with Laguna. I mean, like,
Definitely.
you made the right play, but you get the bad result. It just goes that way.
Did you see what he discarded? Did he have Squall?
We can scroll up and check. He discarded. Oh no.
Monk, Lita.
Alright.
I think Gipol, Monk, and Deleta. So a bunch of
okay.
And a Laguna.
Okay.
And a yeah. Yeah, those are the 4 cards. So now he's
Yeah, it's not.
ahead on economy, ahead on forwards,
Yep. Let's
and
see
ahead
who.
on damage.
Let's see who has the better EX burst now then. Because I think there's gonna be some damage done right here.
Oh, that seems quite fighting to carry on. He's like, he's getting ready for
Proceed.
Oh, nice!
Oh wow! Hang on, if he targets Kuja though, he's forced to discard one. So the only.
And if he targets Sarah, he's going to be forced to discard one.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
if
So
it's
it's
Sephiroth-
definitely.
No, it can't be Sephiroth. If he targets Sephiroth, Michael will have to discard his entire hand again. So there's no good target.
Yeah,
Just
I
look
would-
at target.
Just take the Kuja. Just take the Kuja. It's probably the best one.
No, but then he has to discard by targeting Kuja.
Absolutely.
Yeah, either way, I think out of the 3 options, Kuja is a better one because Kuja could take Laguna, but Sarah
Indeed.
can't.
Or alternatively, just don't bounce anything because I don't think realistically. I think he has to accept that there's no
Possible.
good option here and just not bounce anything.
Yeah, it's possible.
Your options are discard, discard, or discard.
Wait, hang on.
Indeed.
Does the EX burst make him discard with Kuja?
Yeah,
Because
it still does.
Yeah, it
Okay,
does.
It does.
It just goes onto a different stack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kuja is the best option, but it's just unfortunate that that's worked. That's played out that way.
Yeah, definitely. He needs every card he can get at the moment. This
Wait, why
might
is he-
not be a fake golem though. We'll see.
It could be.
It could be.
I mean, actually, do you know what? I think he has to guard with Laguna here to have any chance of coming back.
Maybe.
Yeah. But is this a second bluff having previously declared the previous bluff? How many layers of bluff is this, if any?
Yeah.
I think Michael has to make the bad play here to have any chance of coming back. Though I think he has to guard against the bluff and just hope he doesn't have it because he's going to lose either way. This is his best chance of winning if he guards with the Laguna here.
If I had a Squall in hand, I probably just would just let the damage go through, hoping
That's
for
true,
an EX
actually,
burst
yeah.
to snowball on.
Oh, fairy! That's
Nice. And he gets to draw a card.
Okay, so he gets to draw a card. That's hope. That draw is hope.
Yeah, that is very nice for him.
And you can see the little artwork on fairy doing its own little prayer for Michael there.
Like, please, don't just get shut out this game.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll
Michael's
do,
already...
then we'll have the 3rd game.
Yeah, exactly. We all want the 3rd game to happen. I mean, this is a semi-finals. We don't want any whitewashes here.
That is true.
So, oh,
Alright, is Kuchi coming back?
God, and here comes Kuja.
oh, maybe.
Which one?
Yeah, it was Kuja.
Kuja.
Oh, no, he had a Sarah. He was probably bluffing to block, so he discarded another card.
Yes, true.
That is a possibility as well.
Yeah. Like, it's like one of Lightning's occasional bluffs is just swinging with Kate Sith out of the blue.
Yeah,
Like,
if he had Sid Reigns in hand, he could still get like the Sarah hitting and then playing this Sid Reigns, but Laguna is active, so not this
I
time.
feel that Michael's actually in trouble on many levels here because even if he does have the 4-drop scroll, they'll both be discarding one whatever happens. So there's no more. Oh, hang on, six. Oh,
Oh,
Cloud!
Cloud!
Cloud.
Cloud being a pretty good move there. Unfortunately,
Okay.
not able to match Kuja, but resetting the board is great.
Just Cloud, yeah.
Okay, so that I don't know what that did really. It's good, but it's not great. It's okay.
Yeah, well, he broke.
It stops him being hit by 3 cards rather than just...
He just broke 2 cards with a single play, so it wasn't too bad. Unfortunately, not.
He broke 2 cards for 4 cards.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he takes the slow to the break zone as well. That's damage zone. That's not ideal.
Yeah, one's removed from play and one's in damage zone, so there's only really one left.
Well, the snow is primarily good on offense, to be honest, and against the Kuja, for example, it's kind of frustrating having to dull it every turn.
How many forwards are even in this deck?
That's a very good point. We haven't seen any.
No.
Oh, a monk. Oh, okay.
Earth is a
Like,
supportive color for him. He's
Delita.
playing Seraphy, a single
Delita,
Delita.
Gipple, and Seraphy. I think those are the only ones
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
seen.
And
Yeah.
Gipple. I think he has 2 Gipple, 1 Delita, and 2 or 3 Seraphy.
Oh no, hang on. Oh, I see. The school comes down. That's pretty good.
That Squall is a good card. Falls a little bit short on the Laguna, but still good.
So Michael dropping school here would have zero, that minus value it would have.
Yep.
Unless he had a 3-drop school to boost Laguna to 9k, that's about all he can hope for here.
Yeah, Tobi's had a huge advantage here. A really big economy lead as well as better forwards.
And
really
no
scary.
damage.
Yeah, and no
Even
damage.
afford to take some hits.
Yeah, he could take 3 or 4 just to hope for an EX burst for free, if he wanted to.
Every damage that Michael gives, he's taking 2 in return. Which
Indeed.
he
He can't afford to
do
dull
right now.
anything at this point.
But with ice, chances are something's going to come along and dull you anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Fortunately, he might have a fairy still left though.
But I don't think I've seen one freeze counter go down between these 2 games actually.
Yeah, true.
From memory, so
That's a point, yeah.
Yeah, we
Jills both come out before forwards.
yeah, we saw Laguna, but that was only a dull.
See, he is swinging with Laguna.
But hang on, couldn't he just trade with school here?
No, he could do that, but he doesn't need to.
Yeah,
He'd rather deal damage here. Though there could be a fairy, for all we know, in his hand.
That's very true. 2 backups will make a perfect fairy.
But he'd probably want to play more forwards anyway. It's much
He needs
safer.
to do something here. I don't know what forwards he can play. I mean, Ultimisia is probably the best thing I can imagine him having right now. And even that's
but a
not
singular
amazing
9k forward that'll be 1v1'd by Squall. I don't know if it's a good option either.
Sephiroth?
Yeah, Sephiroth. Why not? Why not?
There goes the third snow.
Yeah.
5? Does he have? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to discard for that as well. So this is just a
emptied his
play to
hand.
slow. That'll just slow him down for a turn, just to prevent 1 extra damage from coming in.
Yeah. Like a backup with a built-in Leviathan. That's pretty handy.
Yeah.
And getting
And the EX burst as well makes it very good. I mean, if you compare Hero Unit to the 5-drop Lulu, I mean, it does so much more.
Yeah,
you get
definitely.
such instant value from it with the EX burst. It is, I mean, it literally is because of the Leviathan effect. It becomes a 2-drop backup that has a permanent remove everything from game effect.
Yeah, exactly. And just being able to as well as countering Golber's Vanille.
Oh!
Speaking of Leviathan.
No!
That was the best thing he could have milled there as well.
That is huge. That is really good. That is really good. Giving Michael a chance at coming back here.
However, he does. I mean, he has 6 or 5 damage to play around with. So.
Absolutely. But we know there can't be any more board wipes coming, so no Shantotos for a while. That's a relief at least. So Michael can dare to commit anything he draws onto the
He
field.
can relieve his entire hand here for both the forwards again to get them back on the board.
Yeah.
If my maths is right, that would relieve them both. I think relieve is the wrong word, but yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
he will still even have a card in hand.
No, he won't. Discard one, discard an ice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
and the
Squall.
Squall is back.
I mathed well there.
Very nice, very nice.
Okay.
Alright, we're back to square one.
And I see both players are playing it very carefully, making sure they have 0 cards in hand at the end of every turn to
Yeah,
nullify
definitely.
the,
Really being scared of the discard.
At least in the position Michael's in now, he can get his own other 5-drop up, so... else can he do though?
Cloud of Darkness again.
No, that would do absolutely nothing, unfortunately. Oh, there we are. But okay, okay.
Fair enough. Making them 9 is alright, but they still can't really defeat neither Kuja or Squall at the moment. Squall being able to trade upwards against
yeah,
Squall,
because if he attacks, he would just trade the Squall, reducing the other one back down to 7k,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Kuja beats it. So there isn't a good attack here. And
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
Michael's about to realise that and just go to his main 2.
Yeah, he's probably just going to pass.
He's just calculating all their abilities right now and just realising that he's still a bit screwed regardless of this.
Yeah. But he is able to, for example, do some shenanigans by next turn, maybe pulling the Laguna up if something would happen. Something
Yeah, with
unforeseen.
Scholar. Oh, hang on, okay.
And
so
replaying it
This
for a
is
freeze.
no, that's a stupid. Shouldn't have.
So I think Michael made a misplay, and then Tobi made a misplay by realising that blocking the Squall was the best option.
Yeah, if something happens now, it is just game over for Michael at this point. He probably should not
If you
have
got
hit
a
there.
Jill,
Yeah,
a Shiva, anything that can dull that Squall.
yeah.
Or maybe Tobi's just succumbed to his fate for this game. Oh, sorry. I think Michael's just succumbed to his fate for this game. And,
Alright, let's see what he does. Is it 3 CP? No. 3 CP?
3.
Is the Shiva?
Did a Shiva.
Oh, 5. Oh, wow.
5?
Okay.
5.
Yeah, Laguna? Big Laguna?
Mustadio? Yeah.
Mustadio.
Ooh.
Yeah, that
Okay.
hurts. Making Squall down to 6k, that is really annoying for him.
It's not 7, is it? It's only 6.
Yeah,
So,
Laguna's 7. He gets
Yeah.
+2.
so if he attacks with Squall here, he'll just trade for free. Free attack with Kuja. So he's taking minimum 1 damage this turn.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have to block with Squall and then pick it up with Scholar. That's the best option at the moment, because else he
unless he
loses.
builds another Leviathan here.
Yeah, maybe check for an EX burst first.
Check for the EX. Defend with Squall, okay?
And you can still pick it up
Here comes
with
the
the
Scholar.
Scholar, but in my opinion, taking the damage first is better for a chance of
Okay.
EX burst.
Okay, so that's what's going on here, okay?
Yeah, but we guessed
Alright,
that
so
already.
just as well he didn't then.
Yeah, fair enough, but I still would have taken the damage first just in case, because the EX burst could have hit Squall, in which case he wouldn't need to do that. But on the other
Wait.
hand, yeah,
Oh my gosh, I mean technically if he has 4-drop Terror and another Terror in hand, he can even that wouldn't clear the okay, I don't think there's anything Michael can possibly have here. Even that
No.
wouldn't kill Kuja, so
No, he would be a CP short or two to be able to get the last ping off on Kucha.
That is a card that you would turn.
Wow, that is a fantastic play. Having to discard a card is fine at this point.
Oh, he has to discard Squall.
Yeah, that's fine though. That's fine.
I mean, it's not going to make much difference to the game, but it is very exciting when you see those things happen and the sudden sort of a surge of like, oh my god, and then you're like, oh wait, it doesn't even matter.
Freeze counters. We haven't seen them yet at all, despite it being 2 ice decks.
Yeah.
Took right until the end of the second game.
Yeah, we saw Jill being played on the first turn so far in these games, but never to actually freeze something. So this came as a nice surprise.
That's why you carry 3 of them.
Well, I'm just going to be my mic and I'll be right back.
Well, this game is far from over. I don't see Michael's coming back from this, despite stalling it out really nicely and giving him still a small shot at this game. Oh, losing another backup. I think you should have probably removed the Yuna though. Like losing an entire
if you do
color.
that, you can play a new Yuna.
Yeah, well that is true I suppose, but he still loses a whole color. The Moogle can still search for something, though I think all the Serras and Snows are gone. So there are very few targets
all the
left.
Snows are gone.
Yeah. And
That's
we've seen 2 Serras gone at the very least, maybe 3.
One,
Discarding Mineral,
2 CP.
discarding Summoner, and a Squall.
Laguna's back. Squall's back even.
Yeah. That's not really gonna be enough though, is it?
And that's I noticed it in my picture. That's the wave 2 art.
Yeah, that is the wave 2 art actually, that's true.